folks, Scott here with a 10-card 1-kit video featuring the special edition Thanksgiving kit, the Happy Harvest kit from Love from Lizi. This is a special edition kit coming out in November. There are still kits available. This is the first kit I've seen from Lizi that comes in a 12 by 12 Ziploc bag. 12 by 12 pages. It came in a larger than normal box, and of course everything is wrapped up in these nice Ziploc bags. So let's take a look at the supplies included in this special edition Thanksgiving kit. Now, like the subscription card kit for November, the cardstock featured in this kit is also letter size cardstock. That's 8.5 by 11 letter size cardstock. Now, since this isn't a normal subscription card kit, Lizi has given us full-size sheets of specialty cardstock. This is a piece of green corrugated cardboard, little small corrugated cardboard. It looks like it has a gold dusting on top of it. It's like a green and gold corrugated cardboard. And a piece of craft cardstock that has that little pinstripe embossing in it. Little tiny lines of pinstripe embossing. I think you can see that on the camera. A nice brushed gold mirror cardstock. Ooh, and this is like a linen textured gold weave cardstock. Very pretty. This is thick, just like cardstock, very pretty. And this gorgeous orange, kind of a burnt orange shimmer cardstock. Now, since this is a 12 by 12 package, we do get 12 by 12 sheets in it. And first off, here is a big sheet of stickers, lovely stickers. Autumn colored, a whole alphabet over here in little brown polka dots. Lots of little food and banners and icons. You're my favorite pick, some sentiments. Very pretty, a big 12 by 12 sheet of stickers in this kit. We are also treated to a 12 by 12 sheet of vellum. Yay! I really do enjoy the vellum pieces that come in Lizi's kit. This is no exception. This is all foiled with that brush gold foiling. Some of this, I have to tell you, I love this. Thanks a bunch. It's gorgeous. These are beautiful fall colors, fall leaves. And then we have pattern papers as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern papers. One side of these feature patterns and colors that go with this kit. This is very nice, corn all in a row. These are 5 12 by 12 pattern pages. And then on the other side, all these great images. Some of these are great big. I've always loved these classic old food and vegetable advertisements. These are great, very autumnal, very Thanksgiving oriented. These are gorgeous, very graphic, all on some burlap background. Fruits and vegetables, that's number 2. Number 3, a little bit smaller, almost usable as stripes. More of those vegetables and fruit advertisements. This is getting a little bit more into the sentiments, but still very much the advertisements going on. That's 4 pages. This is number 5 with these great cutouts. That's 5 sheets of 12 by 12 pattern paper, 2-sided, a sheet of vellum, a sheet of stickers, and a 12 by 12 sheet of chipboard stickers. I will definitely enjoy using some chipboard stickers on these cards. We also get some 6 by 6 pattern paper. This is single-sided pattern paper. Again, very much in the same colors and patterns from before. Leaves on board, fall leaves, great autumn colors throughout. Very nice burlap pattern right here. And here's that corn pattern paper, is smaller, little stripes. Beautiful autumnal stripe here. I like the very thin stripes on this pattern paper. Some text on this: harvest, gratitude, Thanksgiving, love. Very fall oriented. Very nice red with this. These are fun. These are flowers made out of leaves, actually. Quite fun pattern paper. More words in kind of a block font. And of course a sheet of polka dots with some of those leaf flowers scattered around. So that's a dozen sheets of 6x6 pattern paper that also comes in this kit. There is also a sequin mix for this kit. This is the Happy Harvest sequin mix. Very pretty. This is a very autumnal mix. It has silver hearts in there, some great brushed gold sequins. Love these little bitty tiny red sequins. Very pretty red sequins. There's some green sequins in there as well. This is the Happy Harvest stamp set. It features a lovely sunflower stamp. This is like 2.5 inches across. I really enjoy large stamps. I have so few large stamps in my stash. When I saw this, I was like, oh, that is great. A sunflower is always useful, and this big of a sunflower, great stamp. I also love, love, love this ear of corn. I don't think I've ever seen such a nice ear of corn in a stamp set. Great fun. Of course, a pumpkin and a maple leaf. A few sentiments here. I did take the time to stamp this out once. So this is the stamp set in a quick stamping. All beautiful stamps from my home to yours. Happy Thanksgiving, sweater weather, happy fall y'all, which I think is great fun coming from Lizi, who happens to be based in Great Britain. This is a lovely stamp set. And we also get a set of dies with this Thanksgiving kit. Leaf dies. It's like a maple leaf, a long thin leaf, a short squat leaf. 3 leaf dies in this set. So we get dies, a stamp set, some sequin mix, tons and tons of pattern paper, specialty paper, vellum, regular stickers. I can't wait to dig in and make my 10 cards with this kit. Now, I will use the orange glimmer cardstock and the craft emboss cardstock from the kit for card bases, but I can't see myself using these gold and cardboard specialty papers as card bases, so I am bringing in some card bases of my own. So this is craft cardstock. This is Plain O Recollections Michaels brand craft cardstock. I like this. When it's on sale, I buy a couple of packs of it. I do use my Staples ivory cardstock. I tell you, this stuff is invaluable. For 15 bucks, less than 15 bucks for a ream of 250. It's 110 pound. It's not cover weight, so it's not particularly dense, but I love this ivory cardstock. I use it so often. And then I've used this on a card or two before. I brought back that Coordinations Pearls cardstock. I bought 3 or 4 packs of this many years ago on cheap sale. This is the Auburn Pearl color. Worked perfectly with this set. So I did 2 card bases out of that. I did 1 card base from the ivory and 3 card bases from the craft. I always enjoy Lizi's vellum pieces that she includes in her kit. They're almost always embossed or foiled. So that's where I started this month. This is a great piece of vellum from that vellum sheet. Thanks a bunch on a big bunch of carrots. We always need a thank you card. I ran it through my Xyron sticker maker and attached it to a piece of that Staples ivory cardstock. Cut that out. This is the orange shimmer card base from the kit. This is a touch of that green and gold cardboard specialty paper, and a couple of pieces from the pattern paper of the fruit advertisements. Those are great, lovely retro fruit advertisements on a lot of the pattern papers. I really like this card a lot. When I first finished it, I felt like it needed something a little more dimensional, so I took the middle die from the kit, the middle leaf die from the kit, and cut a couple of leaves from the linen gold cardstock and attach those up top. I did put a little, I don't know if you can see that. I think you can. Yeah, you can see those veins. I did use just a simple embossing stylus to draw some veins on the leaves. I think it probably reads a little better in person. But this is a great thank you card. A few sequins for some sparkle. Thanks a bunch. Because there's so many images in this kit and great pictures, I decided to put something inside all of my 10 cards this month. So I used that ivory cardstock for a writing surface on the inside of the card. And here from the cutout sheet is another thanks a bunch. I just think it's amazing how close those colors are between that Staples ivory and the colors in the kit. Thanks a bunch repeated on the inside. Thanks a bunch from the vellum. A lovely autumnal thank you card. I like that. I like the pun as well. Now, Lizi sells extras for her card kits that usually include chipboard stickers. And I never get the extras because I want to see what I can do with the kit. And that's partly why I was looking forward to this kit, because it does have a bunch of chipboard stickers. So I wanted to play with the chipboard stickers, see how much they helped me as far as creating cards go. This is on that craft embossed card base from the kit. And we have even the leaves fall for you. I love that sentiment. I think it's really something special. I did use a sticker. There's a burlap scallop on the sticker sheet, and I just cut the scallop off and turned it into a strip. So there's a strip of burlap sticker down the side. This is that great long row of leaves, kind of a border from the chipboard sticker set. 2 more leaves. The sentiment I created on my silhouette. This is in the Margaritas font. I glued 6 pieces down together to try to make this as thick as the chipboard pieces. I think it's very close to the same thickness. Even the leaves fall for you. Nice chipboard stickers, a couple of the individual leaves, a few sequins. I did have to use some liquid glue to get these to adhere to this craft card base, which is kind of got a bit of a slick surface to it. It's really nice. I think you can see the little pinstripe embossing on that. We do get a piece of this cardstock in the November 17 card kit as well. Even the leaves fall for you. And inside, the leaf stamp from the stamp set, again on the ivory cardstock for a writing surface. Just a couple of leaves, repeats what's happening on the front. Now I'm going to that great Auburn Pearl cardstock from Coordinations. This is really nice cardstock. It goes very well with the orange shimmer. And here's a little rebus puzzle for you. I believe in you. I adore this card. I used the maple leaf die from the kit to die cut the center leaf from the mirror gold cardstock. I again used my stylus to add some veins to that. It makes that die cut simply come alive. I really like doing that. I cut the letters out of that linen pattern gold specialty paper. I cut that with some Quins Capitals ABC dies. These are Lawn Fawn dies, Quins Capitals ABC dies. I bought these a long time ago. I think this is the first time I've actually ever used them, but it works perfectly with this card. I believe in you. That's all mounted on foam tape. Again, I love using that EK Tools 3D dots. These are thin. They even list them as 1/16 inch thick. Very thin foam squares. I mounted all of these pieces up on a piece of that ivory cardstock. I did use another one of those Ellen Hudson stitching line dies. This is in the cross stitch. I used that on the top and bottom of the ivory piece here just for a little added detail. I really like that. It kind of looks like cross stitching. This is glued down to a mat of the burlap pattern paper. And then that is foam mounted up on the beige and ivory polka dot pattern paper. Then that's all glued down onto that great auburn pearl cardstock. I believe in you. And of course inside, I just repeated the stitchings on the top and bottom of your writing surface there. I think that's a nice continuation. I believe in you. There's a rebus puzzle that anyone can read. I really enjoy that card, like it quite a lot. Moving right along, I had to use some of the stamps in the stamp set. I was looking forward to using especially the images. We had a great sunflower and corn and a pumpkin and a leaf. I've already used the leaf a couple of times. Here's the pumpkin stamp that I stamped on that ivory cardstock, just with a little mask, made a nice little row of pumpkins. I colored these with my Spectracolor colored pencils. I had a great time coloring these. I just went on Google and looked up colored pumpkins, and they gave me so many options and different patterns and colors for pumpkins. So I don't think I'll ever color just an orange pumpkin ever again. And of course, oh my gourd, I love fall. This font is the casual font, printed directly onto the cardstock. I did use one of my stitched rectangle dies from Lawn Fawn to cut that out. I wrapped a couple of pieces of that burlap and glitter ribbon that came in the July kit and wrapped those top and bottom. There's another strip of that cardboard, that green and gold cardboard behind the pumpkins. Really makes them pop. Love this card a lot. I did map this whole thing then up on some foam tape on another piece of that striped pattern paper. Love that striped pattern paper. And that pattern paper has the blues and the oranges and the beiges that match the pumpkins perfectly. So I added that on my craft cardstock for a base. And on the inside, there's that Happy Thanksgiving stamp in the kit. And I, of course, added a little pumpkin sticker from the sticker sheet. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, my gourd. I love fall. Love this card a lot. I am totally enamored with these pumpkins. I think everybody knows that I have a silhouette now, and I use my silhouette a lot for sentiments and for cutting some things out and some shapes and stuff for cards. One thing I haven't ever used my silhouette for in a card kit video is to sketch with. You can actually put a pen in your silhouette and it will draw things for you. So I was looking for a use for the sweater weather stamp included in the stamp set. And I decided we needed some wind. So I spent some time creating this little pattern on my silhouette. Now this is drawn on my silhouette with a gold Sharpie ultrafine tip. I was amazed to find out that this fit inside my silhouette. I really like this. I will use this a lot. I can change out pens on my silhouette. I could draw this in black. I could draw this in gold. I can draw this in silver. I can draw this in copper. I can draw this in black and white. Much fun. Oh, ooh, winter. This would be a good winter pattern. So sweater weather is the stamp we're looking to use. This, again, is on that Auburn Pearl card base. And here we've got a sweater weather card. You can see I took a piece of blue pattern paper from the kit, put it in the silhouette, and drew the little swirly wind lines on it with my silhouette. It came out really interesting. The gold Sharpie picks up the light in many different ways. If you hold it in a certain direction, you can't even see those lines, and then they pop in and shine. I cut a piece of the mirror gold cardstock to make a little thin frame around my blue pattern paper, which I cut out with, of course, a Lawn Fawn stitched rectangle die. Those are nested right inside of each other. I took all 3 of the leaf dies from the kit and cut them out twice, each one twice, out of different colors of pattern paper. I belabored this card for way too much time. I had 3 leaves, and then I had 4 leaves, and then I had 5. Finally, I had 6 leaves with 1 cut in half, so it's actually 7 leaves. I embossed the sweater weather stamp on a piece of that polka dot cardstock. I cut that out with a Doris banner die. Very simple. I like Doris dies. They're simple, they're straightforward, they're inexpensive. I was able to curve that sentiment a little bit to echo that die cut, and I embossed that with some simple gold embossing powder. Sweater weather. This feels very chilly and windy to me. It feels like the leaves are blowing around. A lot of sequins throughout. I think you get away with that being a windy day. Very, very fun card. I love the blue on this. And then a cutout from one of the pattern papers. I heart autumn, but I actually strawberry autumn. Very nice card. I really, maybe it's because I spent so much time on it, but I really like this card. Now, some of the cardstock, this is the cutout sheet of cardstock. At a couple of places, they had this great sentiment. It says, autumn is a second spring when every leaf is a flower. But I'll be darned if you can really read that on top of the pattern there. So I like that sentiment a lot. And there was a piece of vellum that had flowers made from leaves. So we had to make a card using that sentiment. This is that vellum piece where leaves make flowers. I ran that through my Xyron, mounted it to a piece of that ivory cardstock. This is the single ivory card base that I use. Mounted it to the card base, 2 strips of the brushed gold mirror cardstock at the top and bottom. And I created the sentiment in my silhouette. I used the ballerina script for autumn, spring, and flower, and used a simple Times New York font for the block printing there. I tried this on a single piece of vellum, and you really couldn't make out the sentiment. It was just as bad as the pattern paper. But I doubled up the vellum, and lo and behold, you can read it really well, especially in person. I put this all together and felt it was a little flat. So I took one of the dies from the kit and cut out a number of leaves from the brushed mirror cardstock, and then created some extra flowers along the edges, kind of filled it up and gave it a little bit more dimension. I don't think you need any sequins on this. There's so much shine with the foiling and the gold cardstock. This is a piece of one of those spool ends from the sticker sheet. Autumn is a second spring when every leaf is a flower. Very nice and lovely flowers on this vellum piece. Inside, there's a sticker that has a flower made from leaves. Perfect to go on the inside. There was another vellum piece that I was particularly attracted to. Lots of leaves on it, kind of an open area in the middle. So we're back to my plain craft card base. And we've got a shaker card this month. This is that great piece of vellum. I, again, Xyron stickered it down to some ivory card, which is this ivory card, and then hand cut the opening out. Here we get to use the Happy Fall Y'all sentiment. Now I stamped this sentiment with some Stampin' Up! Chocolate chip ink, which went very well with this card. Stamped it with that and then stamped it again with some Versamark and embossed that just with some clear embossing powder. Makes it a nice chunky sentiment. This is a great shaker card. I actually cut the maple leaf die out of a piece of Coordination's glitter silk cardstock that I have in my stash. I actually die cut all 3 of the leaves from this and tried all 3 of them inside there, but they got stuck on each other and you couldn't tell what it was. So I ended up going with just the one big maple leaf inside there. Lots and lots of sequins from the Happy Harvest sequin collection. The polka dot pattern paper is in the background on a little bit of a slant, so it's not perfectly straight. These are that striped paper, but on the sticker sheet, a big long border of those stripes that I then cut down, cut a little flag ends on them. This is all, of course, mounted up on that craft card base. Happy fall, y'all. I figure a shaker card is about as happy a card as you can get. Happy fall, y'all. And I like that big leaf shaking around in there too. Lots of action on this card. And then again, we stamped the 3 leaves at the bottom of the writing surface, which is just that ivory cardstock. I did go back to the chipboard stickers. There was a really nice Happy Thanksgiving chipboard sticker there that I wanted to use if I was going to be dabbling in fall and autumn and harvest cards so much. I had to have a real Thanksgiving card. So again, this is vellum from the kit, this pumpkin and foiled pumpkin. Great, great vellum in the kit. I sent it through my Xyron, fully stickered the back, mounted it on this great pattern paper that has words all over it. You can see the words behind the pumpkins a little bit. I did pull in the Love from Lizi brown peel-offs for this card. I couldn't get through a set without using a peel-off somewhere. These are from the August 17 subscription kit. I used those to outline the vellum borders on the top and bottom. This again is on my craft card base. This is a flourish from the chipboard stickers. I glittered that up with my Spectrum Noir glitter pen. Very nice. Happy Thanksgiving. I threw a larger peel off behind the sentiment there. This is very pretty. I love the images in this set. Inside, from the cutout sheet, let us celebrate. Now there's a great pun for you. When I saw this cutout, I had to use it. Let us celebrate. Another piece of the chocolate brown peel-offs from Love from Lizi. The ivory cardstock for a writing surface inside. Happy Thanksgiving. Now, before I get too enamored with all of the images and stickers and chipboard pieces in this kit, I still have more stamps to do. I love that sunflower stamp because it is so large. It's like 2.5 inches in diameter. A huge stamp. It's a big enough stamp that it can literally be a focal point on a card all by itself. So here we're back to that orange shimmer card base, and we've got my sunflower card. Now this actually says, keep your face to the sunshine and you cannot see a shadow. It's a quote from Helen Keller. Love that quote. I thought it worked really well with the sunflower. This is the sunflower stamp. I stamped it on Bristol Smooth cardstock and colored it with my Spectrum Noir alcohol markers. I did use my glaze pens on the center part of that flower in brown and green and orange and clear. Gives some nice little texture and shine to the center of that sunflower without having to resort to glitter. I'd actually gone in and colored a bunch of the leaf stamps and then realized that those leaves are not anywhere close to what a sunflower leaf would look like. In fact, the plain, simple, medium-sized leaf die is very much close to a sunflower leaf. So I cut 3 of those out of the green pattern paper in the kit, just arrange those underneath it. Those are glued flat down onto this brushed gold mirror cardstock. Now this is the inside piece of the frame here. So I just cut my cardstock to 4 inches by 5 1/4 and then added the stitched rectangle die in the middle of that to cut out the center piece. So I'm using every bit of that cardstock, not wasting a little bit. So this is cut out with that stitched rectangle die. I did the sentiment, of course, on my silhouette. This is in the American typewriter font. And I printed that sentiment and made a mat for the gold piece out of some Recollections yellow cardstock. This is from a Recollections jewel tone paper pack that they don't make anymore. I'm very upset. I have like 2 pieces of this left that I'm hoarding and I refuse to use. That's on the orange card base. I did again break out the glitter silk glitter paper in orange and created a little mat for this die cut, again using a small fawn stitched rectangle die to cut that out. I really like this card. I really, really like that sunflower. Keep your face to the sunshine and you cannot see a shadow. Yes, sunflowers do that all day long. Couple of corners from the sunflower stamp on the writing surface inside. Now the only image stamp from this set I haven't used yet is this gray ear of corn. So I've got to do a corn card now. I've been dying to use this corn pattern paper. So this is what I came up with. You are amazing, of course. I stamped the corn 3 times in my VersaFine ink. It's very tiny, tight lines. Did very well. I stamped that on smooth Bristol cardstock. I colored all 3 ears with my Spectrum Noir alcohol markers. I was first coloring everything yellow and then realized that we needed more color in this card. So we went with some Indian corn on the sides. You are amazed. I think the Indian corn helps sell that sentiment. Now this again is on that last piece of embossed craft cardstock. That's really pretty cardstock. Works very well with this. You are amazing. I love the corn. The center one is popped up on foam tape. The other 2 are glued straight down. You're amazing. I debated putting some sequins on this. I decided it didn't need it. I really, really like this card. I love that corn pattern paper and was waiting to use that with these corn stamps. A terrific friendship card. You are amazing. Inside, a little cutout picture of a piece of corn on the writing surface. That's my 10th card for the Happy Harvest Special Edition Thanksgiving Kit. I have tons of pattern paper left. I have tons of stickers left. I only used like 3 or 4. There are 5 stickers. I have a bunch of chipboard stickers left. I have all of my smaller pieces. I have so much of the smaller pieces of cardstock left as well. Great pieces here. I used a little bit of everything, but not a lot of anything because there's so much in these kits. I, of course, have that great specialty paper cardstock left over. I do have plenty of the Happy Harvest sequin mix left to play with. I have my dies from the kit. And, of course, that great stamp set. Lovely sunflower. Great piece of corn. This stamp set will find a loving home in my stash. Thanks for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this little diversion off of the subscription kits. This kit is actually still available at lovefromlizi.com. I will include a link in the description down below. If you would like any more information, better pictures, and product links, please visit my blog at cardcutups.wordpress.com. Thank you so much for joining me today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this little card video. If you did, please like me, list me, pin me, post me, share me with all your friends, and happy crafting.